Hey, what's up, radio? Welcome to episode number 71 here on season number 2. And today we are getting into is Activision / Blizzard good for the long term? This comment still came from Ryan Hudson. He actually suggested 3 different companies. So what I'm going to do is dive into those 3 companies, and then I will start getting to the other suggested companies as well, which I believe Apple was one of them, Amazon, Best Buy. And so I plan on releasing one of these videos, one of these value investing type videos once a week. So if you have a company that you would like me to check out and do a value investing review, post it down below. Actually, please post it down below, and I will try my best to get it in the coming weeks. Also, if you feel like this video added some value to your life, please feel free to share it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever your favorite social media platform is. Feel free to share it there. These videos actually do take me a while. This is like the main video that I focus on per week, and it requires basically 8 hours to do this type of value investing review. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. These videos are meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be taken as financial advice. You are responsible for your assets and to protect them, so always do your own research. So Activision, we're looking at Activision specifically for the long term. We're looking to see if it will beat the S&P 500 growth, and then also whether it's undervalued currently right now, and then if it's even just a good company to invest in. Like I said, we are looking more at the fundamental side of things and not so much the technical side of it. Let's go ahead and look at the actual document real quick. So this is Activision. Actually, the ticker is ATVI. The product service that they produce, obviously they're going to produce games, downloadable content, in-game purchases such as like Candy Crush. They own Candy Crush and another app game called like King, I believe it is. And then they also have subscriptions with like World of Warcraft, which is by the way, their best performing game so far. Their customers are, first of all, the platform providers. So that's going to be like Google, Android, and Microsoft, and then also retailers such as Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target, those major retailers. Amazon's included in there as well. And then also the end consumer, you can buy games directly through their website and then also through their like app that they have on the computer. The industry, I have them in either IT or consumer discretionary. IT because they are like software and that kind of thing, and then also consumer discretionary because it's like a video game and it's not something that's like a necessity in the world that we live in. The form of the company is a corporation. The geography, most of their customers are going to be the United States and then also the rest of the world, specifically like China, India, Germany, the UK, Sweden, and those probably Canada in there also, but they do North or South Korea, not North Korea. No, there's going to be none of these games in North Korea. This is their customer base. So they have a pretty big customer base. The status of their company would be the leading global developer and publisher of interactive entertainment and content / services. Do I understand them? Of course I understand it. Is it good? In the past, yeah, I feel like it's been pretty good. If you go look down at the return on capital employed, they've been doing 16%, 12%, 12%, 12%. So anything above 10% is actually really, really good. So I like those numbers. And then also here, free cash flow on return on capital employed, so 16, 10, 17, and 20. So they've been doing substantially well. So honestly, if you're looking for like a company just to hold that will get you some return going into the next year, probably look to Activision Blizzard. However, for me, as we start getting further down the line, you'll start to see why I don't like them as a company. And when we go to look into actually the future of the company, this is where I start to see problems. Is the company customer base broad and unlikely to consolidate? So they're actually when I define a customer base broad, I don't like to see any company that makes up 10 to 15% of their sales. And by the way, Activision Blizzard actually, about 40% of the sales come from 3 different companies. They come from Apple, first of all, because they do app purchases, and then also on their app store and so on and so forth. So they make up 12%, I believe. And then also Microsoft makes up another 12 to 15%. And then also Google, the App Store, makes up another 12 to 13% as well. So you got basically 40% of their customer base from those 3 companies right there. And then also their supplier, actually it wouldn't even be considered in their supplier, but right there, since it's a no right there, I don't like the company for that reason. However, I also don't like the company because they rely so heavily upon the Microsoft, PlayStation, and Xbox and computer personal PCs to continue producing gaming systems. So it's like they're selling products that rely on these other products to do well, to boost your sales also. And so for me, I don't feel like it's necessarily a reliable company, first of all, because they don't have a very broad customer base, and then also because they're relying on these third-party platforms to play games on. And so for that reason, I'm not looking to invest in them. That doesn't mean that they're not a company that's going to grow. That just means that they're not a company that's going to grow substantially from what I've seen. As far as like, are they even inexpensive or not? As far as market cap over free cash flow, they're at a 26. I would like to see that around 7. As far as enterprise value over operating income, they're at a 43, which I'd like to see also around a 7 as well. So these two this is a overvalued company that doesn't have a broad consumer base, and so for that reason I don't really care for them a whole lot. And I know you guys are gonna be like, well, like the last 3 videos you said the same thing, you don't like any of these companies, and that is going to be one of the risks that comes with this kind of investing, because I am looking for like only like 10 companies and looking to invest about 10% of my income or 10% of my account into each of these companies. So obviously I'm going to be very picky on what companies I am looking at getting into. We will leave it right there. Let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day, which is, what word is a lot of fun to say? For me, I think like, I don't know, spaghetti. I always, when my son runs around naked, I call him bare booty bottom boy, and that's actually kind of fun to say, to be honest. Me and him both actually kind of laugh about it. So I guess that would be kind of some fun words to say. Maybe like, I think also like nudie would be like, I don't know why I'm going down this path of like being naked, but whatever. We should just leave it right. We should leave that alone. Like I always say, if you have any question regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, business ed coaching, post those questions down below. Don't forget to subscribe up here and check out my Robinhood. Actually, check out my Domino's review. Is it valuable or not? Check out this other video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.